It's good to be here. Really good to be here.
Congratulations on your engagement.
Thank you. Thank you for the 100th time today.
Angelo, what was the motivation? First of all, welcome to Dallas.
Thank you. Thank you.
Motivation for signing here, and why was this the right fit for you at this time in your career?
I think the motivation was, going where there was some semi-mutual, agreements. The NBA is it's a wild west. You never know where you're going to be. So to get the opportunity to be here, I know how good the organization is from top to bottom. So for me, just want to go somewhere where there's some structure. There's not a lot of motives to prepare for the next season and things like that. It's all about now and who we got here now. So just want to plug in.
Been very public with how excited you are to play with this group. From the outside looking in, what did you observe about this team, and what do you think you guys can be as a collective?
I mean, you look at a team that has like 12 or 13 of the returning guys from last year, and you plug in somebody like myself. I think I can just only help. Then you add Kyrie trying to get back. I think that's just another piece that'll allow me to just kind of help around him and what he's already done here. And like I said, the coaching staff is something I'm really excited about as well. I never played with a coach that's really, dominated the game as well. Sees the games through our lenses as well. So truly excited about that.
Where do you see your role being on this team, especially with Kyrie out until later in the year?
Just being a basketball player for the team. I think, I keep using the word plug in. This team's already pretty they are who they are. The identity's there. You'll see a healthier AD this season. You'll see guys that were probably banged up last year and the year before being, in full health this year. So just being able to plug in and help this team win games, no matter, how that may look.
What was your experience like just being teammates with AD on the Lakers, and how excited are you to be reunited here?
He's good. He's good. I enjoyed, really, with the Lakers being able to, you know, I would say assess myself on defense, but also challenge myself at the same time, and always know he has my back. And then you add Lively and Gafford and all these other dogs around him. I always thrive in situations like that where I know there's bigs that just really hold down the paint, and allows me to be a little more aggressive on the outside.
You're obviously a respected veteran guard, but you're joining a team that has Kyrie Irving, a future Hall of Famer, and Jason Kidd, a Hall of Famer. What kind of talks, discussions have you had with them about running point here in Dallas?
I haven't had any. I think when you name Kyrie's one of the best combo guards in our league ever, and then you add J Kidd's one of the most pure point guards in our league ever. So for me to be a combo guard and also a point guard, I think that alone says itself, where I can fit into the conversations that we'll have in the future. But any that we've had in the past, or I haven't had any, just looking forward to those genuine, pure relationships.
What have your initial thoughts been of Cooper Flag?
It's good. I held my thoughts. I got the cross pass with him. We obviously went to Mount Verde, so I've heard a lot about him. But I want to kind of formulate my own opinion. See him front row, see him, his work ethic, checks crosses all around the boxes. I don't think I said that right.
Checks all the boxes.
Checks all the boxes. And he, I think he's going to be ready to translate to the league right away. From his body, from his motor. You can't really teach motor, so I think that skill alone is underrated. And then you add his shot making ability and will to win and all that other stuff. I think he's gonna be really good.
You've worn number 1, number 0 in the past, but what went into the decision with number 5?
There's only one available. A lot of players here are retired numbers, and a lot of players have all the cool numbers here. Just a guy just trying to plug in. That's what comes with being the new guy, I guess.
How would you define yourself as a player at this stage in your career, and what that means to plugging into this team with the skill set that you have and how that works?
I think figuring out the balance is, what you use training camp for, use preseason for, use first games to get acclimated. I don't know, so I think we're gonna really put that to the test the next few weeks.
Over the past few years, one thing that Nico Harrison has consistently talked about is Mavericks culture. You've only been here for a short amount of time. You're starting to get to know your teammates, but what do you kind of see Mavericks culture as, and how do you plan to add to that? career here?
I mean, you look at Nico, it starts from the top. Nico's a smooth dude. Then you look at J Kidd, he's a smooth dude as well. And I think that's where the culture kind of, starts from. Those two dudes come with this, relaxed aura. They don't really look stressed. They don't look like they're worried about anything. And you can see that feed off into the group. Everybody's kind of, poised. And I consider myself one of those guys too. So just looking forward to plugging in once again.
I've heard a lot about Clay kind of rerunning the 2011 championship. Growing up, did you, kind of have your eyes on that run, that Mavericks team?
You said Clay? What about him? Say it again.
2011 championship,
Playing that team, you said?
like the film from it.
Oh, there's a lot of, they're replaying it. Yeah.
What's your, takeaway from that team? Did you have your eyes on it when you were kind of?
Yeah, it's I think it's a great way to, keep establishing what we're trying to achieve. Having J Kidd, someone that was a part of it, being able to kind of reassure like what it took and what it looked like. I think that's something that, you see it every day, so you want to fall in line and want to work every day because it's going to achieve a bigger goal. So a lot of good guys here you can just follow. If you don't know what's right, you can just follow. So being a young player is a great situation to be in, and to have a nice amount of vets to kind of reassure that as well. Where else would you want to be?
You mentioned plugging in quite a bit. Do you have any specific feats? Like Clay said he wants to go 50, 40, 90 this year. Do you have any?
I'm a big body guy. If I can be healthy, I like my chances on achieving whatever happens. So just being healthy.
We know that you're an avid golfer. You love the game. How was your Ryder Cup experience this past weekend?
You talking about my Ryder Cup that I host? Oh, the pro. Yeah, I didn't go actually. I wanted to go. Was feeling a little under the weather. I wish our fans treated those guys a little better. From the distance, I saw it kind of looking a little rowdy, and a lot of those guys didn't deserve the heckling that they got. But I guess it's part of the game nowadays. But it looked cool, looked epic. A lot of those guys said they enjoyed it.
Feeling better now?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
In your experience moving teams, what's the easiest way to kind of build that chemistry in a short time?
I think just breaking the ice, with genuine relationships, letting them build over time. A lot of new coaches, a few new players. I don't think it's going to happen right away, but like I said, there's a lot of continuity from guys that were here from the past, so it's easy to kind of just fall in line.
Said that playing alongside Klay Thompson is going to be like pretty much NBA 2K.
Exactly.
Vision that partnership.
I'm super excited. I watched him last year here, and he probably be the first one to tell you he didn't have the year he wanted to have. So seeing him, with the glow that he has this year and wanting to become and be the player that he was in the past, I just want to help it. I know it'll help me, it'll help him, it'll help the group. So
You were weighing your options of free agency and you decided to come to Dallas. Were there any players specifically that reached out to you to kind of try to recruit you to come to the Mavs?
I don't think necessarily recruit, more or less. There's only a few NBA players in the world, so having that relationship goes a long way. And I could weave out, the guys that, I probably didn't see myself playing well with. And when you look at this team and the making of it, I feel like I could just plug in and be well guided to help this team however possible.
Can you describe the workouts in Newport Beach and the intensity of those workouts and what they did for you guys to bond as a group before?
Yeah, it was good. It was real good. Shout out to Clay. Hospitality was unbelievable. I think a lot of the good teams that I've been on, some of the vets, gather a lot of the younger players, few coaches, staff, to be out there and kind of, be vocal just so those voices are heard. And then it's just straight basketball, straight, weights and preparing for the season. And we got to do it for about 4 or 5 days. And a lot of guys brought that energy. So it kind of it allowed me to break the ice, something that usually you do around this time. But we got to do it, almost a month ago. So I think that just gives us another advantage.
What kind of fun activities did y'all get to do out there off the court?
I know Clay hosted us at his house. There was a bowling thing going on. We golfed a little bit. He kind of set up the platform for us to do kind of whatever we wanted to do. And the guys that, did golf, guys that bowled, guys that wanted to just hung out. So set it up nice for us.
Last question.
As we discussed earlier, you've played in the league now for a little bit. What's like maybe the biggest lesson you've learned in the NBA up to this point?
Biggest lesson.
I don't know.
I think just understanding what the approach you should have. Going into each situation, they're all different. My approach for this team and this situation is completely different than my approach my rookie year. And I also have some experience and understand what I'm preparing for versus kind of walking into it blind. So I would just say for the younger players, be a sponge, be open-minded, and deal with the adversity because it gets easier. And then for the older players, continue to spread that love, spread that game to the younger players that may not know how to ask the right questions. Go out of your way to give those answers. So hopefully I answered your question. Cool.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.